It's not that your mother or father died that's giving you suffering. Certainly that's painful. It's the meaning you think it shouldn't have happened. And when we take control of the meaning, it's the only thing we can control our lives. We can't control events. And we're living now where technology is happening so rapidly. It's magnificent what it does for our lives. But we all know with that technology, our psychology is not developing as rapidly. And as a result, the world's changing. And a lot of us that have learned to engage with technology and use it to maximize, most people in this room, but there's lots of people who use technology to disengage.
And so if I can do one thing for you when you leave this room, I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want?
No, bad stuff happens. But if you believe, like I believe, that you've been through tough stuff in your life and you can shift your perspective, then why not do it the first thing when you wake up? Because that's a 100% conscious choice to take your feelings from yesterday and pull into today. Or to try to tell me what you think is going to happen 1 month from now, when all I can control is my effort, my attitude, my belief system, my action today.
My mantra for 3 decades in business has been one more. Why? Because we get out of life what we think we deserve. And I'm the kind of guy that I know when you do 45 minutes on the treadmill and I do 46, I deserve to be fitter. I know that when I'm lifting weights and I watch you do 5 sets of 10, and every single time I do one more. When it's a set of 5, I do 6. When it's a set of 8, I do 9. When it's 45 on the treadmill, I do 46. When it's supposed to be 20 phone calls, I make 21. When it's supposed to be an 8-hour workday, I work 9. Whatever it is, I always do one more.
How much better would the world be if people were just be somebody to the people right next to them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's great.
Yeah, like that's
the most important.
That's the point, right? You want to be someone, start with the people right here next to you.
Yeah.
Let's do something for them. You know, if you really know all this shit you say you know, why don't you help the motherfuckers you know in real life?
Right. What I'm surprised by now is when I go speak on stages and people, you know, what are you struggling with? And they're just like, well, what will they think? I'm like, who? The girls from 8th grade that you're friends with on Facebook? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Those girls or your mother-in-law or whoever, they don't have to live with regret.
It's okay to not be exactly like everybody else. It's not, you know, it's okay to not follow the crowd. So that's the one thing I would tell people is don't worry about what everybody else is doing, worry about what you're doing.
So I want to tell you about something that changed my life as a creative person. And it's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, and it has completely, I know it sounds cheesy and cliche to think a quote can change your life, but sometimes when you hear something, when you need to hear it and you're ready to hear it, something shifts inside of you.
The reality is, as social animals, we want to work for and we're willing to give our blood, sweat, and tears to leaders who understand that the balance of those two essential currencies, the balance of those two things is will has to come before resources. And that doesn't mean 90-10. When I talk about putting people before profit, you know, people freak out, which is ridiculous. You need fuel for the car to go. Money is fuel for the organization, of course. Even if there's a leaning, it's 51-49. There has to be a slight leaning towards people because there will always be decisions that a company has to make in which those two cannot both be supplied and one will have to be sacrificed. The question is, which will you always prioritize?
Sometimes people feel uneasy about the idea of seeking outer order. They think it seems selfish or self-centered. You know, you think with everything that's going on in the world today, this is really superficial. This is a distraction. And yet research shows, and I think common experience reflects, that when we do things to help ourselves to feel happier and calmer, and to boost our own sense of self-mastery, that's when we're able to turn outward and to think about the problems of other people and the problems of the world.